50 years is a long time, and it's funny, the last few decades sort of have blown past. So when you put it that way, 50 years since that concert at the Hollywood Bowl, and here it is 50 years later.
And then the very latest album cover is America at the Hollywood Bowl with George Martin conducting the Symphony Orchestra. And that's where we spent the day at the Hollywood Bowl on the sound check, and then the concert that evening. I mean, the Hollywood Bowl is a great venue. You know, if you're on stage looking at it, you look at the hill going up, and it's full of people. And if you're in the audience looking down, you see that beautiful bowl shape and the music happening, and it's hitting you right in the face. It's really beautiful. And I walk down, and it says Hollywood Bowl, America and George Martin.
I think the artwork shows the marquee at the Hollywood Bowl with America and George Martin.
Well, the America concert at the Hollywood Bowl started in the afternoon when there was a sound check. And kind of like a rehearsal, a warm-up, you know, test the mics and all that. And we spent maybe an hour on stage. So here we are in the afternoon, and the workmen are about to hoist this big America sign up, and they're just working on that. So yeah, here they are in the afternoon. See, I'm right up next to the piano while Jerry is singing, and Dewey's back here with his guitar. Oh, that's what I remember. Look at they had background singers, and there are the three girls standing around the piano, just kind of rehearsing. And Jerry Beckley's playing the piano, and there's Dewey. Now there's George Martin up conducting, you know, the orchestra in the sound check in the afternoon.
Well, George Martin was conducting. That's another feature, which was great. And George was a super person that we were able to get involved in our music back then. In 1974, he was between gigs, the Beatles and Paul's work. He was in town to do Live and Let Die, the Bond film with Paul McCartney. And so we were able to get a meeting with him, and he came on board as our producer for 7 albums, of which this was one. And he conducted the symphony on stage live.
Well, they'd already done, I think, several albums with George. And he's such a great guy, you know, and I guess he was maybe like a father figure or something, you know, uncle. No one called him that.
We played the Hollywood Bowl twice back then in the 70s. That was our heyday, of course.
From where I was sitting over on the side, that was the shot of all three of them up on stage.
There's songs we don't do anymore in there. In 75, we would have had like 4 albums out, I think, maybe 5. No, 5 albums. So there was some obscure album cuts, as we call the ones that aren't so familiar. So that's fun.
I do remember the fireworks afterwards that go off behind the Hollywood Bowl, and those are always beautiful, you know, just burst in the air. I know apparently it was supposed to be their portraits and fireworks. I don't remember seeing that. I think I was kind of close to the stage, and I couldn't see up above it.
And of course, one of the best features about this live album at the Hollywood Bowl is that Dan Peek is part of it, because he left 2 years later from the band, and so it's one beautiful full concert, live, professionally recorded with the original trio, which is pretty rare. I mean, we did some live things, shows, TV shows, things like that, where the three of us were there, but to have this nice little archive is nice.
In fact, I don't think anyone hired me to shoot the Hollywood Bowl. Of course, if America's playing, I'll go down and take the photos. Later they get used on an album cover or something. It's always fun to hang out with these guys, you know. I mean, they're funny. They're funny, and they're very friendly, and they're interesting. They're fellow musicians. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to laugh about, you know, just noticing things and just having funny words that we would say, and you know, and so yeah, there was a lot of that, a lot of joking around and stuff. So now, 52 years later, I mean, I would say they're two of my very best friends in the music business.
Yeah, it's funny how that brings back. It's like looking at old photos, listening to old recordings, because as the years have evolved, I kind of phrase a little different on certain songs. you move into a way. I've even changed a word or two in songs. So listening to those tapes from '75 at the Hollywood Bowl did kind of bring me back to who we were then. But it's great to hear it. Actually, we remember hearing the tapes. We planned to record. We had a full record plant mobile unit there recording the show for the purpose of putting it out at one point. But shortly after the concert, and we were touring heavily in those years, we got a chance to sit down and listen to the tape. It's definitely, I endorse it. It's a good live album in all respects.